Welcome back to another baby activity video. We are in week 15, and if you've missed any, you can go back and view those. Here is our opening song. We say hello like this. We say hello like this. We're all here for fun. We say hello like this. Hello, how are you today? I hope that you are well. We are talking a little bit about more animals today. Last week we talked about farm animals. This week we're talking about some other ones. So here is Brown Bear, What Do You See? By Bill Martin Jr. and Eric Carle. So it's great because you get it's great because you get both the animals, but you also get different colors. So that's awesome. So great to talk about those things. This is one of my favorites, Giraffe Can't Dance, about a giraffe who everyone says can't dance, and he of course proves them wrong. So it's a very sweet story. It's a little bit longer of a word book. It is an adaptation from a picture book, so sometimes those are a little bit longer. We've got While You Were Sleeping, One Tiger Went Hunting in the Jungle. So it's a little bit of a counting story, which is great. Again, different animals, different habitats. Very sweet. And we've got another giraffe book, Giraffe Stretch. Oh, they are going above the trees. Look at the long tongue. You can, stick out your tongue. Is your tongue as long as a giraffe's tongue? Is your tongue different color than the giraffe's? Munch, munch, munch. Giraffes eat leaves. Do you eat leaves? Do you think leaves taste good? All sorts of questions, which is great. And then we have Peek-a-Bruce. Bruce is one of my favorites. This is Ryan T. Higgins. And Bruce is a bear who is really grumpy. And the geese always just want to play and be with him, and he is just not having it. There's a bunch of Bruce picture books, so if you like this one, you can read those too. So lots of fun animal books, which is always great to talk about different animals. And again, habitats, colors, numbers, all of that is good. Our bounce for today is called I Bounce You Here, and it goes like this. I bounce you here, I bounce you there, I bounce, bounce, bounce you everywhere. And then I tickle you here, I tickle you there, I tickle you everywhere. I hug you here, I hug you there, I hug you everywhere. And you can do this. And we are still talking about some school readiness things, some milestones there. This week we're talking a little bit about physical development, your motor development, how things are moving. So we're looking through this book. It's called Milestone Movements, and it is really great because it does tell you what happens at each of the months. So there's a section for your baby at 9 months. So physically, they should be able to kind of stand. I say should be. This is like a rough guide. Stand while holding on to something. They can sit without support. They're crawling. They're able to pull themselves up into a standing position. And this overlaps a little bit with the 1 year. So the 1 year is they're sitting without help. Again, they're pulling themselves to standing. They're standing alone and taking a few steps. They're working on that. They're starting to walk and starting to, teeter forward. And then 18 months, they're walking alone. They're maybe walking up the steps. They're able to undress themselves. They're able to eat with a spoon, drink from a cup. So you can see all of this stuff changes a lot in those. So it has all the other things that you're looking for in this. And then it also has the stuff that you're looking for that might be a little trouble areas and that you might need to work on. So there is that. Our activity this week is edible frosting dough. Tasty! So we're going to put some powdered sugar. We'll give you these things at the library. We're going to put some powdered sugar in our pot. This, of course, is a little bit messy because powdered sugar gets everywhere. We're going to do some frostings. So we have some different flavored frostings. I think we have like vanilla and strawberry, and of course I chose chocolate because who doesn't like chocolate? So it's a little bit of sugar and much less frosting. You kind of stir it up We're kind of eyeballing this today. If you happen to take a taste, that's great. Alright, so again, stirring it, I just made a mess there. This part you might want to do yourself if you don't want a huge mess. Or it's great to have the little ones do it. Again, messy because it's powdered sugar. And then you can just sort of play with it. So the consistency, we're going to measure out the consistency for you guys so you don't have to play with it so much. But I think it's kind of fun to play with the consistency. So here's a little bit. So you can make different shapes. Mine is falling apart. But it's squishy to play with. Let's see if I can get it. It's trickier. But here's a little ball. It's just fun. You can squish it. It smells really good. You can eat a little bit. You don't have to worry about that because, I mean, you might worry about the sugar part, but the rest of it is good. So yeah, just let them have fun squinching it between their fingers and maybe tasting a little bit yourself. We'll see you next week.